Emergency medicine doctor Saleyha Ahsan has been investigating a valuable, if traumatic, benefit that the Afghan experience might bring to medical training within the NHS at a fake Camp Bastion that treats seriously looking but entirely fake battlefield injuries.
This is Camp Bastion Hospital, but it isn't Afghanistan, it's York. Here, the Army have set up a simulation of the entire military field hospital. These medics are the last hospital team who will be deployed to Afghanistan, where they'll face casualties for real. I'm Saleyha Ahsan. I served in the British Army for 4 years. Now I'm an emergency medicine doctor in the NHS, and I've come to see what civilian medicine can learn from medical simulation at this level. It's a method called macro simulation, replicating exactly the conditions medics will face in the field. Today starts with a helicopter rescue.
I'm now in a replica of the helicopter they use out in Afghanistan. The team behind me are prepping to receive 3 casualties that are going to arrive all at the same time. This place is about to get incredibly busy.
The scenario is so realistic that the medics are engulfed in the roar of rotor blades and the heat of a helicopter engine.
It's really dark in here, and there's even the smell of aviation fuel. In Afghanistan, when they're flying, the lights have to be out, and that's exactly what they've done here. I can see little red torches for lights.
After treating their patients in pitch darkness, the medics have to transfer them the moment the helicopter lands.
So what we've got now is the casualty who's been packaged up and has been stabilised on the helicopter is now being transferred into the hospital.
The casualties are rushed into one of the most advanced simulated hospitals ever built.
It's essentially a hospital with the roof taken off, and below us we've got 450 personnel. And this is the first time that they'll have all come together to work.
Every medic is being closely monitored. In charge of the whole operation is Doctor and Army Brigadier Kevin Beaton. He was my squadron commander in Bosnia and inspired me to study medicine. He spent the last 10 years driving innovations in medical training.
We use video and sound to record all of the activities at the various stages. That screen is showing a patient actually being treated inside the helicopter simulator. And we can switch between all of these different scenes and shots of what's going on to get a feel for how each department's performing.
Have a good look at them and make a quick decision, okay?
I think the best analogy that we've found is we've moved from driving your car into the local quick fit to now something akin to the Ferrari pit stop at a Formula One event, where there's a whole team of people stood around the patient, ready immediately to start getting to grips with what they have to do.
Research into macro simulation shows that it improves teamwork, leadership and organisation, which are known to affect clinical outcomes for patients. An important review by leading experts in medical education found that it makes a significant contribution to reducing clinical and institutional risk to patients. Another study called it a finishing school for experts. The principle behind macro simulation is that it's as close to reality as possible. Actors and makeup artists mimic even the most severe of injuries.
Here we've got a casualty that we're making up with multiple fragmentation wounds, mostly to both lower limbs. So we've got smaller peppering, and then we've got quite a substantial degloving to the foot at this side.
It's looking quite gruesome already, but it is fake, it's not real. I've never seen anything like this working with the NHS. I'm an emergency medicine doctor and I've not seen this level of simulation, but I certainly think we could do with it.
With the British Army withdrawing from Afghanistan, this precise replica of Camp Bastion will be dismantled. But macro simulation will continue, and it has already shifted the frontier of medical training.
We are better now at preparing ourselves to give good medical care to our people than I think we've ever been.
Although simulation training is currently used within the NHS, it's not at this scale or sophistication. It tends to focus on individuals and specific techniques rather than developing the skills of the whole team. There are 147,000 doctors working in the NHS, but only about 6,000 of them attended simulation training last year. The NHS has its own set of unique challenges, but the evidence from the military indicates that macro simulation on this scale brings real benefits both to medical teams and their patients. Having witnessed it in action today, I'm personally convinced it has the potential to make a real difference in the NHS.